Alright, what's up guys? We're doing 2 videos in a day. Gotta get that grind on. Let's go. Last thing that happened was Sakura was pointed out that she is indeed the spy. I tried to talk to Kyoko and bandage things up, but nothing happened. A fight happened between Hina and Byakuya. So let's continue onwards. Ding dong ding dong. It is morning time now. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, everyone. It is
Get ready to greet another beautiful day. I need to do something about Sakura. I better go to the dining hall and talk to the others one more time. I'm dying. Leave the area. Hooah! Huh? Was that someone screaming? I think it came from the dining hall. Something happens. We're starting this episode off right. Something happened. Makoto, we got a big problem, man. What's wrong? Look. Hiro's fingers shook as he pointed.
Hina!
Oh, right. She's mad.
Are you okay? What happened?
She killed her. Genocide Jill killed Hina!
Hina's obviously still alive.
Be kidding.
No, she's not dead. Open your eyes. No way she's dead. Why? What happened? Well, Toko and Hina just all of a sudden, they were yelling and then they knocked the pepper off the table. And that led to a sneeze. Her giant balloons are a little too perfect, aren't they? I might be flat, but at least mine are real. And look at my shapely collarbone. Doesn't it just totally set you on fire? Anyway, you totally not adorable boys. Just get her out of my sight, okay? Or else I'll start cutting and cutting and cutting and indulging myself for who knows how long. Okay, then let's get Hina to the nurse's office. Come on, Hiro, help me. Sure thing. Wee. What the fuck? What? Why? I thought she only attacked humans. She only kills... Not humans. Men. She only kills attractive men. She can attack anyone, I guess. Huh. She is a psychopath after all. Genocide Jack's apprehensive laugh chased us out of the room as we carried Hina away. By the time I finished taking care of Hina's injuries in the nurse's office, she seemed to have finally regained her composure.
Sorry.
Thank you. Are you sure you're feeling better? Yeah, it really was just a scratch. But still, that was super close. If I hadn't yelled out, you'd be dead right now. It's all thanks to me, you know. Yes, well, 1,000 thanks to you, sir. So sarcastic, that just makes you sound even more hostile. Hey, Hina, what the heck happened? Oh, we just got into a fight, and I lost my temper and I flew off the handle. Let me guess, the fight was because of Sakura. At first, I tried to just ignore it. If you let jerk buttholes get to you all the time, you'll never have time to you'll never have time left to live your life. But she wouldn't let it go, so I just... Without thinking about it, I felt like I wanted to punch her like a dozen times.
Serious?
Dozen punches is really without thinking. And when things got out of hand, Jack got let loose, right?
Sorry.
It's my own fault, but I just couldn't take it anymore. Because she was saying all these terrible things about my friend, you know? Before I knew it, Hina's eyes started welling up with tears. And just as the tears were on the brink of spilling over, the door of the nurse's office burst open. I thought the door was going to fly off its hinges. And there she stood before us. Hina.
Huh?
Sakura? You're hurt. What happened?
Huh?
Oh, nothing. It's not a big deal.
Hey!
Makoto, Hiro, what's the meaning of this? It wasn't me. It was Genocide Jill. It's all that demented murderous fiend's fault. To hurt Hina. Damn you. To leave me alone and hurt her. What is this? What is this? Yeah, I'm okay, really. It's just a scratch.
No forgiveness.
Hey, Sakura, you missed your line. It was unforgivable, not no forgiveness. I'll do it for you though. Unforgivable.
I can't forgive this.
See that? again, you missed it. It's them, not this. Can you not read? Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Hero, if you want to hate someone, hate me. If you want to hurt someone, hurt me. I don't hate you exactly. Why? Somebody save me. Everyone nearly tripped over herself as he ran screaming out the nurse's office. But just a second later, what's going on? What's all this noise about? Kyoko stood in the doorway of the nurse's office, taking Hiro's spot in the door. I gather that something's happened. Kyoko, please, you have to stop Sakura.
Wait.
You don't need to stop me. I'm okay. I'm not going to do anything. I'm drawing a line right here and now. Drawing a line. Goodbye. Wait, Sakura! Hina sprang into action, leaving the nurse's office to chase after Sakura. The only ones left were... Okay, I have to talk to Kyoko. I'm so sorry. Kyoko. Are you still mad? Yeah, I figured.
That's fine.
It's fine. Huh?
Whew.
About that issue we discussed earlier. It doesn't matter anymore. Then, do you forgive me for not being able to talk about it?
In other words...
You could have told me about Sakura and Monokuma fighting, but you stayed quiet. You were only thinking of Sakura, and that's why you didn't tell me, right? You didn't want to confuse everyone until you could talk to her and be sure of what you saw. That's what you were thinking, and that's why you didn't tell me, right? Yeah. To think like that.
I wouldn't have expected such arrogance from you.
Ah, okay. What?
Because...
Ultimately, that means you don't trust me. No, that's not it. But if that's how you feel, I can't really change your mind. I'm sorry.
That's fine.
It's fine. I've already forgotten about it. Besides,
And I
may have overreacted. Like, I fucking love Kyoko so much. I am a fucking little nerd. Huh? Anyway, it's over and done with. Like I said, let's just forget about it. Okay, thank you. Do I talk to her again?
Whew.
That issue we discovered doesn't matter. I want to talk to you about something else. What is it you wanted to talk to me about?
Indeed.
Actually, I'd like you to come somewhere with me. I have business there. Where?
So...
Just come with me and you'll find out. I guess, but...
Shall we go?
Well then, shall we go? With her typical indifference, Kyoko turned and walked away, setting the brisk pace. Ah, Kyoko, I hurried to catch up to her. She walked ahead in silence, and in silence I chased her, and eventually we arrived. Dressing room. So, that's something else you mentioned.
Indeed.
That's right, it has to do with alter ego. But you said we didn't need alter ego anymore.
Wrong.
I didn't say we didn't need him. I just said he had done his job. Besides, it's not us that needs him, alter ego. He has business with us. Huh.
Right.
Alter ego asked me to bring others to come see him. Apparently he has something he wants to ask us. Alter ego wants to ask us something. Huh.
Correct.
Alter ego asked me to bring others to come see him. Apparently he has something he wants to ask us. Hello? Oh, so it's just the two of you, Kyoko and Makoto. Kyoko's fingers glided over the keyboard. Is two not enough? No, it's okay. Two should be plenty. But what is it he wants to ask us?
Indeed.
Let's find out, shall we? Kyoko typed in the question. What did you want to ask us? Oh, yeah, so... I'd like you to take me somewhere where you can connect me to the school network.
What?
What? Kyoko and I quickly glanced at each other. She replied, Why?
You see?
Well, you said my job was done, right? But to just stop here, saying I finished my work,
But
I don't want that.
I want to be able to help.
Don't make me sad. I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here.
That's right.
That's what Master would want too. So to help everyone else, To solve the mystery of the school,
That's right.
the only way I can help is if you connect me to this school's network. But if you did that, that's basically suicide. I'm positive the mastermind would find out about it. They'd find you and they'd... You agree, right, Kyoko?
So,
I realize how dangerous it could be, but still, I have to do this.
but
I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but
still.
when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. You might think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So it's okay.
I'm gonna do
If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid. I couldn't help but get lost in that voice. It was just too committed, too admirable, too fragile.
Hey,
Remember what you said before, Makoto. You asked what the difference is between a person and a program, right? Yeah.
certainly.
When I talk to our ego, I don't know. I have no idea how to answer that question. I think maybe that's a question even the program's creator can't answer. But I can say this.
Correct.
There's no question that alter ego is our friend. Kyoko, to be honest, I didn't want alter ego to push himself anymore. Because if we take any more risks, the mastermind really will notice it. But
Makoto.
let's do it, Makoto. Let's connect alter ego to the network. But
Hey,
he's our friend, so I want to take his feelings into consideration. And he says that's what he wants to fight alongside his friends.
now.
If you were in his place, could you just sit by and do nothing in this situation? If you saw everyone else fighting and doing their best, could you just look the other way? Or would you stand up? Stand up tall next to everyone else and tell them you're their friend.
So,
Hey, are you guys fighting? If it's about me, please don't.
I wanna believe in myself.
Oh, no, that's sad. I want to be able to say, I know I can do this.
Leave it to me.
So please, let me try.
Listen.
And besides, there's one place where the mastermind might not notice. One place.
That's right.
Remember, there's another place besides here where there's no surveillance cameras. A room without surveillance cameras. The secret room. That's it. The secret room you told me about. Definitely remember there's no surveillance cameras in there. I do believe that you can connect the network from there. I remember seeing an Ethernet port on the wall.
However,
just because there's no cameras there doesn't mean there's no danger. There's no way to be sure the mastermind isn't monitoring the network somehow. We'll also have to move alter ego, and the mastermind may spot us going into the secret room. If they pick up on any of this, then it's all over. You're right.
that's what we have to do.
But despite all of that, I still think we need to try.
Correct.
Because that's our best chance of finding any new clues. Kyoko, in that case, will you let me carry him? There's no way you could hide him with what you're wearing, right? So let me do it.
It's true.
Okay then, I'll leave it to you. Thank you.
So then,
Then let's get started. It's going to be a little cramped for you, alter ego. Bear with us, okay? We started packing him up right away. I closed the laptop and stuffed it underneath my jacket. Ha, it tickles. Shh, can't talk right now. We're going to move you to another room until we get there. You have to be absolutely silent, okay? Understood, your command has been implemented. Good. To have him react like a machine like that all of a sudden, I didn't know how to react.
Makoto.
In the secret room, there are a bunch of different cables in one of the dark desk drawers. So there might be a network cable in there.
However,
Assuming the mastermind hasn't taken it already. Well, all we can do is go and check for ourselves.
it's true.
Agreed, let's head to the secret room. Alright. I actually forgot which one it was. It was second floor bathroom, right? Oh, my arm itches. Second floor bathroom, second floor bathroom. Fuck you. Second floor bathroom, second floor bathroom. Fuck you.
Hey,
Hey, Makoto.
why?
Are you sure all the documents are gone? I refuse to believe you. Go and check again. What?
Listen to me.
Just hurry up and go. And to make sure you don't run off, I'm gonna wait right here. Oh, I get it. She's acting. She was so forceful, I thought I'd make her mad again somehow.
Just a second.
Why are you just standing there? Hurry up and go. Okay, okay, I'm sorry, I'm going.
So then,
And be thorough. I'm counting on you. Okay, first we have to find a network cable. According to Kyoko, there should be a bunch of cables in the store. Found it, a network cable, right? Now we just have to connect all three. Go. Immediately got to work. I pulled out the laptop and connected it to the internet port and with the cable. And that should do it.
That's right.
Yeah, I think it worked.
Leave it to me.
Just leave the rest to me. I swear I'll find something. I might even be able to connect to the outside world if I can. I'll see if I can call for help. So please, just wait a little while longer. Just hold tight and put your faith in me. As I was about to leave, I decided to leave him with one last thing. No matter what, we're gonna get out of here. You and all the rest of us as friends.
Huh?
Friends? Even me?
Thank you.
Thank you, Makoto. That's
Makoto.
depressing. I was gonna say in the next class trial I wasn't going to cry. And I'm crying at just this. I'm so emotional, damn it. How'd it go? Well, it went okay, but all the documents are gone, just like I told you. The reply was an unintentional mix of acting and real feelings.
correct.
I see. Then there's nothing left for us to say. Goodbye. Before I knew it, Kyoko was walking away. She wasn't acting anymore, that much was for sure. Ah, Kyoko.
What?
Yes? So we're just gonna split up?
Why is that?
Of course, I have no reason to stay with you at this point. Well, maybe, but is that a little too direct?
Whew.
Should I hesitate and fumble for something to say? You're so high maintenance. It's like we're a couple. That's not what I meant. I just had more I wanted to talk to you about. Like, what are you doing? What are you going to do about Sakura?
It's true.
Well, something has to be done, it's true.
However,
But the way things are right now, there's no way to persuade anyone. They don't have the mind to listen. Then what should we?
so
If we can find some new clue, that would likely change the situation. That's all we can hope for right now. Just well, there you go.
correct.
All we can do is wait and believe in our friends. You're right. It's our only option. Someone's gonna die. We parted ways and I headed back to my room. And it's free time, right? I'm kind of tired. So I laid down on my bed. Maybe it was because of the stress of moving off the ego, but I was way more tired than I realized. So before long at all, I have fallen asleep. I had completely dozed off. Huh? Sharp sound of the doorbell pierced the stays haze and pulled me back to the real world. Who's here? Rattle, rattle.
Makoto.
Makoto, get out of here. Kyoko, what's going on?
Indeed.
Hina just came to see me, and she was white as a ghost. Sounds like something's happened. What? As soon as I heard those words, my heart started to beat a little faster, and suddenly I found myself wide awake. She said for us to come to the rec room. The rec room? Okay, let's hurry. So talk to you. Makoto, Kyoko. Hina, what's wrong? Something's not right. In the rec room. It's inside. There was a window in the rec room, and I hurried to look inside. And when I did... Sakura? Is she unconscious? She's sitting up in the chair, like she's bowing her head.
Hey,
What's going on? Did something happen to her? I was just walking past, and I happened to notice her through the window, but I couldn't get the door open. I tried knocking, I tried calling her name, but she wouldn't respond. So, what should we do? What are we gonna do?
anyway.
First of all, we need to get into that room. But the door's locked, right? If we break in, we'll be violating school
Listen
regulations.
to me.
We're going to force our way in. I just said,
Wrong.
the door is unlocked. It's not locked because the rec room doesn't have a lock. Huh, then why?
It seems.
Feels like the door is pressed up against something inside a room. Is it the chair? Chair.
In other words.
Either way, this door is unlocked, which means, as far as I can tell, the rule doesn't apply. Then there's no problem if we break in.
Indeed.
Let's smash the window, that should be the fastest way. Okay, I'll go get something to break it with. Wait right here. Inside the rec room, Sakura still hadn't moved an inch. Did she kill herself? She's just unconscious, right? She got poisoned or something. Is she okay? I mean, it's Sakura, so I'm... Kyoko didn't reply. There was only silence. But that silence didn't last long. Here! Huff huff. I found a broom! Huh, in the classroom. Use it!
Makoto.
You can handle this, right, Makoto?
Please.
Come on, please hurry! Okay, you two stand back. I took hold of the broom and swung it as hard as I could. Aiming directly at the window, all it took was one solid hit. Crash. The window shattered into 100 pieces, scattering across the rec room floor. I stuck my hand through the open door and started jostling the chair leaning against the room. The chair's pretty heavy, but if I can just... I pushed on it with all my strength, and finally the knob turned. Sakura! I ran up to her as fast as I could. But the moment I laid my hand on her... She's smiling. All I felt was cold death. Why did the quality of this picture go down? Anyways, I will use this as a thumbnail, because thumbnails are cool. I could feel only the last lingering warmth of a living body. Life had abandoned Sakura's body, and then...
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin. Danganronpa.
That's bad.
Huh?
Huh.
Sakura's dead? She's really dead?
I heard Hina talking, but my eyes stared steadily forward. I could only look on at Sakura's dead body. We didn't make it in time. It's happened again. Muttering to herself, Kyoko began to gently inspect Sakura's body. I wondered, was she confirming that Sakura really was dead, checking for a pulse or reaction? I have to go get them. I have to go get them. I have to go get the others. On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room, and I... Why? Why did this have to happen? That's all I could say. I repeated it over and over again. I need to examine Sakura's body. I just stood there motionless behind her while she checked Sakura's corpse. Time passed. While I stood there unable to do a thing, time just passed. And after I don't know how long, I got everyone.
What?
Oh, Gray.
Yes.
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I see.
Sakura's been killed, I see. As soon as they arrived, Kyoko began.
Just a second.
You heard the announcement just now, right? So you know what this means. Sakura was murdered, and by someone in this very room. Is that what you were going to say?
Huh?
No. Whoever killed her, it's not just someone in this room.
It's your fault!
It was one of you, Hiro Byakuya Toko. One of you killed Sakura. What?
What?
You're accusing us before we've even begun the investigation. I don't need to investigate anything, because you hated her. You hated the sight of her. One of you did it, I know it. You know it? Jeez, I didn't know your power level would increase by that much just by getting mad.
What the heck?
What are you doing here? The Monokuma file, lady!
Come on.
Isn't it obvious? I'm here to hand out my little murder file. That's right.
File.
You love it. You know it. I pressed home. The Monokuma file. And don't get so mad, Miss Ashina, or you're gonna ruin that lewd little face of yours. Now then, with that hold on. There's something I want to ask you. Huh? It was you, wasn't it? You killed Sakura.
Say what?
Uh-huh. Sakura wanted to challenge the mastermind to a duel. Maybe you and her fought again, and
In other words.
then I killed her. Sorry, not quite. Actually, not even close. That whole thing is totally irrelevant now. Sakura came to a most regrettable end without even getting the chance to finish things with me. Which, thank God for that, it saved me the trouble of having to go through with our little fights. Because even for someone like me, it would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that. It would have been no mean feat to take down a behemoth like that.
Hey,
I gotta tell you, I was actually pretty worried. I mean, she'd violated a rule by attacking me in the first place, but I wasn't able to punish her.
well,
So I don't know who it was, but whoever the blackened is this time, I owe you one.
what is this?
You owe them one? Oopsies, before you get all pissy potty at me, you better figure out who did it first. Cause I mean, your lives are all on the line, right?
What is this?
What the hell? He owes them one?
I won't.
I hate him. I hate this whole thing. Well, I, for one, am glad it was Sakura. She was working for the mastermind after all. How can you say that now? Sorry, I don't have the time for your squabbling. The next game has already begun. If you want to be angry at someone, be angry at whoever killed Sakura.
Anyway,
Right now, our top priority needs to be uncovering Sakura's killer. If we can't do that, we're all dead. Then let's decide who will stand guard this time. I'll do it. Hina? I'm okay. Just let me handle it. Besides, I want to be here with Sakura.
That's fine.
Okay, then Hina is guard number 1, but we need one more. Kyoko, that's you.
what?
Me? You're always a thorn in my side. This time, just stand by and watch quietly. Consider that an order. An order?
That's fine.
Fine, I'll stay behind. Then it's settled. Let's begin, shall we? Hold on. Before that, there's something I want to say,
What?
which is... Hiro, Byakuya, Toko, none of you are allowed to step foot in the crime scene.
Huh?
What?
It's your fault.
One of you killed Sakura. I won't let someone like that come anywhere near her.
Stop talking.
Don't be stupid. Our lives are in just as much danger as yours. We have every right to investigate. I don't care what you say. I'm not letting the one who killed Sakura anywhere near her. Even if it means I have to use force. You're not getting in here. Well, it appears further discussion would be a waste of time. How about a compromise?
It's all clear
I
now.
won't ask you to let all of us in. Just let me in. What? You don't really care, do you? You're both useless anyway.
Yep.
Nope, I don't really care. I'd rather spend my time coming up with another splendid fantasy involving Master anyways. And you, Hiro? Do you really object? If you're gonna go that far, what can I do? I mean, I don't have anything to hide, so why should I care?
It's all clear.
Then it's decided.
What are you saying?
Nothing's decided.
Calm down.
I know how you feel, Hina, but you should agree to his request. But
Hey,
we have to find out who killed Sakura.
correct.
For those of us still alive and to honor Sakura's memory. Fine, I guess that's okay. But no matter what, Byakuya, you absolutely aren't allowed to touch her. Naturally, who would want to touch a filthy dead body?
Listen,
That's enough fighting. We need to focus on the investigation from here on out. Everyone keep this in mind. If we can't uncover Sakura's killer,
listen to me.
all of us face execution. Finding out who killed Sakura, it's not a matter of hoping we can do it. If we want to survive, we have to do it. It's a kind of hopeless hope. We have no choice but to just do it. Alright, first, check out the Monokuma file. The victim was Sakura Ogami. The time of death is estimated to be around 12 noon. The body was discovered in the rec room on the 3rd floor of the school. There is evidence of a strong blow to the victim's head. No other injuries were noted. However, it seems that at some point the victim suffered from violent vomiting of blood. Jesus. Monokuma File 4 has been added to the Truth Bullet section of your handbook.
Hey,
I think the case this time might be a challenge. Why's that?
so...
The only way into the rec room is the door we just came through. And that door had been jammed shut with the chair from inside the rec room. Which means the killer would have had to escape somehow after barring the door. So if the door was blocked from the inside, there is no way in or out till we broke the window. There's like zero escape, right?
In other words,
This is a classic locked room murder. Locked room murder. I guess you might see this kind of thing a lot in mystery movies or books or whatever. But could it really happen in real life? And right before our very eyes like this?
hey,
Are you curious to hear more about what a locked room murder entails? Sure, if you don't mind.
That's fine.
When you break down this kind of murder mystery, there are 4 basic types. The first type is when the locked room is created after the actual murder is committed. This simply means that the killer commits his crime even though some special method seals the room. This mainly involves some sort of trick involving the locking of the door. Basic approaches include using a string or a simple mechanism. There are a number of variations. So for that, all we have to do is check the door to see if that's what it was, right?
Correct.
The second type is when the locked room already exists before the crime is committed. Oh?
In other words,
Basically, the killer uses a special contraption or tool from outside to target the victim inside. You push a switch and it fires a handgun. You shoot an arrow through a gap in the door or something like that.
however,
But in this case, that doesn't seem to fit. There are no guns or elbows in the school, and the door doesn't have any gap that would allow it. Yeah, I think we can probably cross that one off the list.
it's true.
The third type is when the killer stays in the room until it's opened. What do you mean by that?
In other words,
They stay hidden, and when the door is opened, they use the confusion to blend in with the group. They pretend they showed up along with everyone else, and that's that. That sounds like it could have been possible, maybe.
it's true.
And the fourth and final type is when it wasn't actually a locked room at all. Not a locked
In
room.
other words,
By that, I mean there actually is an alternate escape route somewhere within the room. You see this a lot in novels and things, but in reality it's generally not possible. Then you think we can cross that one off too?
indeed.
I believe so, yes. So when it comes to locked room mysteries, those are the basics. So there are 4 possibilities. Then Kyoko, which of those 4 choices seem the most likely in this case?
It's true.
That's a good question. Answering that should be our primary focus during this trial. But right now, I can't really say. I see. The way the killer set up the locked room, until I figured that out, the truth behind Sakura's death will stay hidden. It's definitely a tough mystery. I need to concentrate and investigate as much as I can. For Sakura, if nothing else. Alright, so let's check this out. This looks like some kind of wrapper.
Huh?
Oh, that's... Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Well, yeah, I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little. So you gave that candy to Sakura. I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them. Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them. I really like them that much.
'cause, I mean,
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've lost all their flavor. Hina. Polka dot candy wrapper. So did someone poison? Because I assume she died from poison. There's really nothing else that could kill Sakura except poison, right? So she probably got poisoned, hit her head on something back here. Or not. There's glass here. There was shards of glass scattered across the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of the bottle, right? So this was originally been a bottle. Glass shards on the floor has been added to the truth bullets section of your handbook. Huh, there's something else on the ground near the glass. It's a figure. It fits the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure. The figure flower has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Alright, and obviously there's one of these. There's 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf. And inside each bottle there's some kind of Monokuma figure. What I'm wondering is how they get those figures inside the bottles.
so,
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle, huh? You know where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
in other words,
So this is the Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Monokuma bottle has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things a little by little. Monokuma bottle sitting on a shelf. The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. Red shards of the glass, which probably started out as a bottle, which would mean Sakura must have been hit in the head with the Monokuma bottle, right? Shards of glass in the Monokuma figures are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say that the Monokuma bottle was the murder weapon. Was the weapon. And this... Huh, the locker is open, and they're on the inside. It's a handprint.
Why?
What's the handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker, and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh, too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker, and they left a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in here until the locker room was open, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not possible. Huh? Why not?
Hey.
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
Indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then, what does this handprint mean? Locker handprint has been added to the true sections of your handbook. Huh, I'm starting to get hungry now. There's blood. There's blood sitting in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? But that doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died? Oh, this is the thing There's some kind of plastic container rolling around into the entrance to the room.
So...
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. She mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
Wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can... It's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem Lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem Lab.
Just a second.
But that's strange. Huh, what is it?
Hey.
You see what's scratched around the can? Shards of light blue glass. They must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
Correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So...
I can't say for sure yet, but you're probably going to want to take note of it. I feel like it will become an important clue later on. Important clue, I'm not sure I see how. Because the bottle can't be on top of it. It has to be under. The glass is on top of it, which means that like the bottle was dropped there after everyone came in. Whoever did this is pretty smart. Alright. Hey, I'm actually like unbearably hungry right now. So I'm going to actually end the recording here. I know this is a weird place to end, but I'm really hungry. I would wait, but I usually record for an hour. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna do a cut. I'm gonna do a cut. That's probably a more efficient way to do this. So, yeah, we're gonna do the snap cut. Snap cut's my favorite cut. So, ready? Alright, guys, I should probably, Alright, guys, I should probably explain myself. Whenever I went, away to eat, that was actually yesterday. I got so tired I actually fell asleep. Look at the Sakura, got super excited when I found it. After I gave it to her, she's gonna me down. Alright, so let's see what we've actually looked at. We looked at this, we looked at this, we looked at this. The clock. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma fire, Sakura died around 12 noon. It's roughly an hour ago. Was that when Kaoka and I were moving alter ego? Okay, we've already seen this, right? There's some kind of plastic rolling entrance. It's a protein drink, but it's empty. Yeah.
Hey. Correct. So...
Yeah, I got it. Okay, can we leave? I need to examine the crime scene as much as possible. Okay, let's look at Sakura's body. Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obviously evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally I wouldn't have any problem believing that that's what killed her, but according to the Monokuma file, she had also vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. So what would have caused her to vomit blood? Monokuma file specifically said she hadn't suffered any other injuries. Okay. Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood. Not a chance. Byakuya?
That's fine.
However, your eyes have landed on a most interesting location. Interesting?
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree? No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. She got poisoned! Okay, what else is there to look at? I guess the magazine rack. The same shelf full of magazines. They're all different kinds of magazines here. Oh, the chair. The chair was shoved up against the doorknob so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of stream mechanism was used on the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had any special done to it. Anything special done to it. Can we look at the door? This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence that the mounting have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it. Whenever I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of streak or mechanism was used on the door. Oh, I just stopped yawning. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt that the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there was no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. So the killer must have created the locked door from the inside, not from the outside. Huh. Let's talk to Io.
What the heck?
We already know who did it. Byakuya took our hero. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto? Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more. Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all three of them to meet with her. You know where? Right here in the rec room. What? After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me... She said she'd left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon. By noon, the Monokuma file said she died right around then. I'm telling you the truth, I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stop her, by force even, this would never have happened. Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know. Io's accounts, but it's the fact that she had asked those three to meet with her. And she asked them to come to the rec room by noon at the same time and place she ended up dying. It might be good to confirm what I just heard with the three of them directly. Alright, let's talk to her.
However...
But for Sakura to have been killed, yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
It's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So, how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her? I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly they would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her.
What?
What do you want? You're bothering me. There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Make it quick. Make it quick. Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room? So you found out. Interesting. Then it's true. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster? So you didn't go see her? Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact.
Come on.
If you're all finished, then please remove yourself from my sight. Okay, thanks. Byakuya's account has been added to the dispute section.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then
you should probably go talk with people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided to go... You'll go in my place. She's decided. She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they had to say. Alright, let's leave. This door's only way. Okay, got it. I can't leave through the door. I'm sorry. I even tried. Okay. I have to press R to leave. Oh, fuck, dude. Kyoko, Makoto, Mondo, Sakura, Byakuya, Junko, Toko. Let's talk to Toko first. I press the doorbell, and after a few seconds... Huh?
Who's there?
Ah, the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slithered out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I do want to talk to you about something. I want to talk to you about the fact that Sakura had asked to meet with you. What?
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too. Ah, I just said 2, didn't I? I guess now it's totally obviously, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So can you tell me about it? I admit, I did get a note. But I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated to her room. Toko's account has been added to the truth bullet section of your handbook. Okay, so I don't know if this is true or not, but I'm pretty sure it was what's his name? It was Yashihiro. I pressed the doorbell. After a few seconds, what's up, Makoto? Did you need something? I'm pretty sure it was him that killed her. Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check on something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you. How did you know about that?
Could it be?
Cool. Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Ogre told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come too. What? When did Sakura tell you that? Oh, well, when she asked me to meet with her, of course. But didn't she write you a note? Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in passing. I gotta be honest, this is super suspicious. So then you went to meet with Sakura?
You got it all wrong.
No way, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that? Yeah, definitely suspicious.
Actually,
The last time I saw Ogre was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
don't look
I
at
haven't
me.
seen her since then, even though he just said that he... While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you? Do I still have it? Let's see. Hero's filling around his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, looks like I don't have it anymore. The big, doofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hero's pocket. Huh. Ah! Quick as the wind, Hero snatched it back up again, and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out. Trash.
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Ogre asked me to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me. Before waiting for a reply, Hero quickly slipped back into his room. Hero said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it. Pocket trash has been added to the truth bullet selection. I can't read. Okay, so I've heard from Toka and Hiro. What next? I'll definitely have to look at the actual crime scene again. On top of that, maybe I should find out more about the protein can we found on the floor in the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So where should I start? Okay, let's go to the one place. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. Yeah, Yashihiro definitely poisoned a candy. I don't know how he got the candy though. Tina said she stashed all she could in her room, so that's kind of out of the question there. Huh, I wonder.
Hey.
So Makoto, how's your investigation going? Tokyo, what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying.
Anyway.
Well, I've made some progress of my own. Sucker's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These three things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Okay, so Sucker's body. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sucker's body.
Second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey.
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
Whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perseveringly used to. Although there are still some times. I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then how can you?
So.
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past. What? Sorry, never mind.
Hey.
More importantly, look here. Her shoes.
Correct.
You see that yellow powder on her instep? Yeah, it really stands out. She kicked something.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Yellow powder.
Hey.
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
It's true.
Actually, even telling you that is incredibly difficult to spot, so let me just explain.
It would seem.
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows.
Indeed.
Interestingly, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. Kyoko's examination summary. I can't believe that she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off. Alright, so blood. There's blood stains from the magazine shelves. I can assume that's blood, but it's like it's true. So far from where she died. Okay, it's the magazine, right? Kyoko said that the magazine shelf was hiding clues. Okay, clue. Huh. This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey.
If something catches your eye, it's important to you. It's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is... Oh. On one of the pages near the center of the magazine, a word had been written in blood, in bold, bloody letters. It said, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this...
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their blood, their finger to write it. Dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it for the benefit of others who might come looking. Hey, is that... That says Toko, right? Yeah, looks like it.
What the heck?
Then she's the killer, right? Well, it hasn't been confirmed yet. It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer. I can see why you would think that, but it just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. Magazine's dying message has been added to the true section. Alright, and then the bottles. I think Kyoko said she found a new clue involved with the Monokuma bombs. Another one is missing. Something new. There's 2 missing instead of 1.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay close attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation, huh? Hey Kyoko, can't you just tell me what it is?
so...
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusion isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come to their own conclusion so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer. I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree. Monokuma bottles about
Hey.
Trickson. Actually, there's one other thing about the Monokuma bottles that's bothering me. I like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? Experiment?
Anyway...
Can you gather up all the pieces of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh. Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
That doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuyo's not here, so...
So then...
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab while I'm gone. Try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left. I really don't know what this is about, but... What choice do I have? I'd better just do it. I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
So then...
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So what kind of experiment are we doing?
In other words...
I got a scale from the chem lab. We're going to use it to compare weights. Compare weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected and the one Monokuma bottles that it's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of experimentation. I'll make sense when we're done. She wants to just make sure that they're the right bottles.
Listen.
First, let's compare the weight of 2 of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced,
In other words...
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same, which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
So then...
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they'll balance out or the pieces I collect will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's still a chance I could have missed some here and there.
So then...
Okay, then let's give it a try. They're heavier, aren't they? Yep. Huh. The broken pieces are heavier. How's that possible? Because it's supposed to be 2 bottles. Yeah, just as I thought.
In
What?
other words...
Results of our experiment and the correlation between each of their bottles, put it all together.
Hey,
And I believe you will arrive to one very persuasive conclusion. So what do you think? It's all on you. Monokuma bottle experiment has been added to the Choose the Bullet section of your handbook. There, I finally examined... I finished examining all the things you collected. And I did find some new clues, but when it comes to the locked room puzzle, I'm still totally clueless.
hey,
I just remember there was something I wanted to tell you. I saw Byakuya in the chem lab where I went to go get the scale. I didn't want to deal with him, so I took great pains to sneak in and out without him noticing me. And
so...
if you haven't checked out the chem lab, you should probably do that since I couldn't do it myself. You know, the protein can we found at the murder scene must have come from the chem lab. I think you're right. I should probably go take a look around that area. Indeed. Okay. Alright. So chem lab is up on this floor, right? Yeah, it is. No, the chem lab is not up on this floor. This is physics lab. Right. Chem lab is up a floor. That's why I went to the rec room first. Chem lab is over here. Yep.
What?
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Yeah, I got it. I think what you meant to say was, yes sir, I understand. Alright, so first off... Oh no. That's odd, I can't... Okay, that's fine. This isn't my first time seeing the shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. Should probably take a closer look at. It looks like 3 shelves have been connected together to make one giant shelf. And more importantly right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from? It looks like the bottle had a label on it. Chem C4. Would you like to hear something interesting? I was on the 4th floor this morning checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Then this powder must have been spilled.
So in other words...
That's right, it could only have been around the time of the incident. If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow. Well, I would have thought it was related to the case anyways. And footprints. These are footprints, and they're only in front of the left shelf. How do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. By we, do you mean me? How kind of you to offer. With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Okay. I got to work, and before long I'd drawn up a sketch of the room. Ah, so how is this? Not bad. For you, I mean. For me.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. It would appear that whoever left these footprints only had business at the leftmost shelf. They came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly
Makoto,
possible.
are they yours? No.
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself. I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quickly did what Byakuya said. I see, your feet do appear to be too big. Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints. Unfortunately. But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. Then these prints are a really valuable clue. Alright, and then we need to look at this shelf. Let's see what's on the shelf. There are all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from this shelf. All the containers of this shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section A. Huh, but wait. There's one bottle here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on by accident? Okay, so when you look at the C, on this shelf is one look, and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. These look like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on this shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit as section C. So on this shelf it looks like a bunch of chemicals that have no idea what they are. They're reagents. Simply put, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss. Hold up, I need to fucking... Ow, goddammit, my underwear was not doing me good right now. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What, you think studying science and mathematics has no practical application in the real world?
That's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suit you well. I didn't even say that. Anyway, that doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section B. Huh. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here, in which case I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. I should try to find out more about this shelving unit. It looks like it's split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sucker must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A there was a bottle with a label from Section C. What was a bottle of poison from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. Chem lab shelf has been added to the shoot section bullets. Alright, we can look at the dust itself. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor, but I do not leave a footprints. I should probably take a good hard look at the powder. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. There's also the remains of a broken bottle. It looks like the bottle was labeled Chem C4. Also, it looks like someone left some footprints in the powder. Based on the poisoning and the prints, whoever it was only went to the left side of the shelf. According to Byakuya, the powder would have had to been spilled right around the time of the accident. That's all I can tell for now. Footprints in the powder's beds. Okay. That's it.
Whoops, you caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake.
I'm also tired.
Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay, then let's begin the class trial. You know where to meet, right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Is it time already? But we were right in the middle of figuring out this locked room mystery. I'll have to try and tie up all the loose ends at the class trial. No, absolutely, we'll figure everything out. Okay. And with that, we are done with this episode. By the way, there might not be any videos. Yesterday, or last video, I did say that we had, I didn't post videos for 4 days. It's been 5 days now, and we actually ran out of internet. We couldn't pay the internet bill, so, yeah, if it's been a week, I am sorry. I'm so sorry. This isn't good. I really did not want this to happen. I really want to stick to a schedule, but stuff like this is just unavoidable. Well, I mean, in this situation, it is completely avoidable. We should pay the bills, but I don't have enough money for that. But, yeah, hopefully everything will be back to normal. And, yeah, anyways, guys, I hope you guys comment, subscribe, do all that cool stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.